Hello, world. My name is Dana ID Matthews, and welcome to my show about stuff. And today I'm going to be talking about the Dark Phoenix movie trailer. Um, I literally just finished watching it. I am super happy that they are focusing on Jean Grey for this because they've hinted at her Dark Phoenix side throughout almost all of the X-Men movies, if not all of them. Um, and you've wondered where they were going to go with this, so I'm really glad that they took this route. Now, before I even talk about the movie trailer itself, which is really good, just offhand, I am pumped to see this movie, even though it's not coming out till February. So they did a good job on that. I am convinced I will go watch this movie. Um, but I just want to talk a little bit about the progression and the progression of the X-Men series and how they went about adding new characters. So adding, new actors, new faces, and then changing the timeline, the story, but still keeping everything progressive from one movie to the next. So there is a timeline for the audience to follow. It's crazy. The first three movies were one thing, and they had a few offshoots like the Logan movie and the Wolverine or whatever. But they had the first three X-Men movies, and then there was the Days of Future Past, which I believe is the one where Logan goes back in time. So I have to wonder, like I watched this trailer and I wonder, are these events a cause of the events of Days of Future Past, or are these the original events of the younger days of the people in the first three X-Men movies? You know what I mean? Um, but I just love how I'm able to follow along. So yeah, Jean Grey, Dark Phoenix. I'm pumped because if you've read the comics, you know how powerful um, Jean Grey is overall in the Marvel universe, and they've hinted at the Phoenix powers that she has. Throughout the movie, eyes flashing red here and there, and then the whole, the in the last movie, she's, it was flaming red and all that stuff. It seemed like, the Phoenix was coming. So you were wondering when, like, if they were gonna go full blown with this story. How was it? How did this happen for her? How did she realize her Phoenix like powers? Um, and yeah, I'm really pumped for a origin story, and it looks like it's gonna be really good. Just like Logan was. Logan, the movie Logan was freaking amazing, and so we have one person dying, and now we're going back to an origin story. So that's refreshing. I think that was a good move. I think that was a good move on their part. Um, One thing I'm kind of interested to see. I am interested to see now, like how the dynamic between Jean Grey and Scott, Cyclops, how that developed, because we know and seen in the first three movies that Scott and Jean Grey definitely have a special relationship, and then Logan comes through and he throws that off. And I just wonder now if we see like the whole backstory between Jean Grey and Scott before they met Logan, and like if all this shit happened, and you know what I mean, they have this deep back history and all that. Will that affect some people's view on the whole relationship with her and Logan? Because it shouldn't. Women do what she want, but it'll be interesting, because the dynamic was always a funny one, one that they would play on constantly. So, yeah, I have always wanted to see that. But in general, I'm glad that they're going back to her childhood, and the whole, creepy little girl with psychic powers is always kind of an intriguing thing. You know what I mean? It's always an intriguing an intriguing power to have, because psychic ability is just something that I think a lot of people have tried to do in their life. Somebody's you sat there and like looked at your cup and like, focused really hard, hoping it would come to you, just trying it out because you never know. Hey, you could be the one, So, yeah. What can I say? I'm really pumped to see this movie. I know it's not coming out till February, but I'm sure it'll come up with more trailers, and throw in some more action scenes. But even with just the stuff that I saw, man, like, you know what I mean? There's gonna be the whole power dynamic between, young Doctor Xavier and young Magneto. It's interesting how Xavier keeps losing students to Magneto. First, oh wow, totally forgetting her name, but the blue lady. Wow. Yeah, I'm probably gonna delete this part out because I don't. Mystique. Okay, cool. I got it. It came through. I'll keep this. Just brain fart. My bad. But yeah, first Mystique, and then now Jean Grey. Like, man, it's interesting because like if Jean Grey, like if it ends up being a really deep story, but Jean Grey does eventually come back to the X-Men, that'll make me believe that that's more of a lead into the X-Men, that we've seen so far. But hey, if the Dark Phoenix, does join the dark side, maybe Logan's actions in Days of Future Past had a little more, consequence than we thought. But yeah, there's gonna, it's gonna be a great movie. There's, we see young Storm in there. You know what I mean? We got Cyclops, of course. We got Beast. You know what I mean? It's just, we got a Nightcrawler. He's always looking cool. Doesn't matter. Yeah, as long as you get a skinny guy to do him. You know what I mean? Nightcrawler's always gonna look cool. His power's pretty awesome. He's always been one of my favorite characters with his tail. I've always wanted, a tail is just a cool attribute. That's why people like Goku and shit when in the first Dragon Ball and stuff. Like, tails are cool. I don't know. I'm rambling and going off topic. So that's my cue to jump off. But yeah, Dark Phoenix movie trailer. Awesome. Definitely going to go see the movie. You should too. That's it for me. My name is Dana ID Matthews. I'll see you when I see you. Peace out.